The Watcher Beneath the Well, Part 2. The sound beneath the soil. Days in Densmere began to feel wrong. The sun lingered too long. On the horizon, shadows stretched like reaching fingers. People moved slow, and their eyes lost focus, like something had taken residence behind them. It started with a hum. Daniel first noticed it late at night, when everything else was silent. A low vibration, deep and steady, rising from the floor, the bedposts, his own chest. Smoon, he felt, it constantly in his bones, behind his teeth, in the soles of his feet, as he walked the street. No one else mentioned it, but they felt it too. He could see it in their twitching eyelids, in how they paused near the well and tilted their heads, as if trying to hear something just beyond human perception. He began dreaming again. I can tell you how to, not metaphorically, but literally descending, slowly, deeper than stone, deeper than memory. There was no water, just thick darkness that pulsed like a living thing. He could feel the walls breathing, and at the center of that void, something spoke, not with a voice, but with thought. You are remembering us. Daniel always woke gasping, his pillow soaked. The scent of wet moss and rust clung to his skin. Bore one night, unable to resist, he returned to the well. It was past midnight. Fog blanketed the square, glowing faintly under the lamplight. The well stood quiet, patient. As he leaned over, a cold wind rose from its depths. It carried something ancient iron and damp soil, the scent of something that had never seen the sun. He whispered, "What are you?" The answer wasn't in words, but images. By a spiral carved into stone, deeper than any man had dug. Hands to many hands reaching from beneath the earth. A mouth, vast and toothless, pressed against the world from beneath. Daniel staggered back, clutching his skull. A sound echoed in his ears. Not a scream, but laughter, ancient and hollow. The next morning, he found black dust beneath his fingernails. Daniel sought answers in the town archives. Most records had burned in a fire decades ago, but in a damp cellar he found a forgotten journal. The name on the inside, Father Elric, the town's last priest, who vanished in 1891. One entry read, "We built the town on soil already claimed. The well is not a sourcitz, a seal, but something beneath it, remembered." And it has begun to sing again. Another entry, dated 2 days before Elric's disappearance. The people gather at night. Their mouths move, but they do not speak. They are waiting for the voice from below. I hear it now. It hums beneath my prayers. That night, Daniel didn't sleep. He watched from his window as figures moved through the fog. Bum by one, they gathered around the wealth silent, barefoot, some in nightclothes, others fully dressed. Their heads bowed. Some wept, others smiled, and then the hum changed. It became music, not in any human scale, not melody or rhythm, but something older, resonating in bone and blood. Daniel covered his ears, but it echoed from within. From the well, light rose, not fire, not flame, but green luminescence, like the shimmer of deep-sea creature. The stone cracked slightly, weeping dark, liquid. A shape emerged. It did not climb or rise. It formed slowly, like a memory taking shape. A figure with too many joints, eyes where none should be. It looked at no one, yet saw everyone. Daniel collapsed, and the world went black. He awoke in his bed, shaking. His heartbeat did not match the rhythm of his chest. His eyes burned in sunlight. When he returned to the square, everything was clean. Cracks in the stone had vanished. The well looked as it always had. But the people, they were different. They moved with purpose. They didn't blink often. Some stared at Daniel. Too long, their smiles too wide. He confronted his childhood friend, Rohan, last night. The well, what happened? Rohan tilted his head, like listening to something distant. You heard it too, then. What was it? Rowan smiled, eyes glassy. It's waking, and we're dreaming with it. Daniel ran. He tried to leave town, but every road turned back. GPS failed. The trees stood in different places than before. The fog never lifted. He understood now. They weren't trapped in Densmere. They were nested. He dreamed again that night. By this time, he was beneath the town in a chamber shaped like a heart. The walls pulsed, veins throbbed. In the center sat a figure of stone and shadow, wrapped in robes of moving dust. It raised one finger. Daniel could not look away, and it spoke. You, our tongue, speak us into the world. When he woke, he had a nosebleed that wouldn't stop for hours. The mirror in his bathroom showed flickers of someone else behind his eyes. And from outside, in the early dawn light, he heard a sound rising from the well. A voice not made for human ears, calling his name. To be concluded. In Part 3, The Mouth of Hollow Earth.